Hello and welcome back to the channel. After taking a bit of a break over Christmas, I'm now on the road again, exploring some new countries, and I'm starting here in Saudi Arabia for 2020. I'm going to be here for around the next month or so, and I'm in Jeddah right now. This is where I'm staying, being looked after by a very generous host here. Before I dive into it, I want to just say one more thing. My trip to Saudi Arabia here is not sponsored by anybody, fully self-funded, and it was my own decision to come here. So I just wanted to get that out there. Enjoy this first video. What's up? I'm now here on the Corniche. A lot of it is a long walkway along the Red Sea. Assalamu alaikum. Kids playing around, lots of families. Beautiful architecture over there. I'm not sure if you can make it out. Wow. It's impressive, huh? Look at that. You can see lots of people over here enjoying the evening scene. And myself, of course. I'm so excited to explore Saudi Arabia over the coming month, or possibly longer, depending on, you know, how much I enjoy it and want to explore more of the country and how long I want to stay here. Let's see. Wow, look at that sky. It just gets even better. This boy wants a selfie with me. Let's do it. How old is he? He's like... He's 5. 6. Okay, let's do it. What an epic introduction to the kingdom. Palm trees, cool breeze. So many kids and families out having fun. I wonder how this is making you feel seeing Saudi Arabia. It's so interesting to observe the life and the society, the dynamics of the country and how it's all changing at the moment. Freedoms are better than they've ever been, and are going to continue to improve in the country. Here by the Jeddah sign, which looks really cool with the distant disappearing sunset, which is now during blue hour, the hour after golden hour. Jeddah is probably the most liberal city in Saudi Arabia, and maybe we'll find that during the course of this video and the next couple, or during the rest of my trip I can compare some of these cities and see how they are, how they feel in atmosphere. But at the moment, it's sort of like a paradise in a way. Lots of these trees and the sea, the atmosphere, modern roads, it's clean, hotels. Small coffee place here. I'm told that the Saudis love their caffeine. I've seen a few Starbucks dotted around on my way from the airport already. In the past, the majority of visitors who would come here to Jeddah would be solely for a pilgrimage to Mecca for Hajj. Muslims from all over the world, of course, make the journey here. But now the new Saudi e-visa has been released. People like myself can now explore the country very easily just by an online visa. and perhaps the dynamics of the country are going to change in its tourism industry. More non-Muslims are now going to have the opportunity to come and visit Saudi, and they're not all going to be just pilgrims anymore, although that might take some time. But it's interesting to be one of the first, I suppose. Hello and welcome to the Mall of Arabia. This is the largest shopping mall in Jeddah by size. There are many of them, I think around 10, I'm not too sure. But Saudis love shopping malls, and here we have the biggest one, which also has quite a cool design. I'm going to walk around and just observe what the life is like a little bit and see what it's all about. This is the food court here. You can see a lot of the people all wearing black or white. Most of the women wearing black, most of the men wearing white. Quite interesting. I can see Burger King over there, McDonald's. I think shopping centres are really interesting places to check out, along with supermarkets, whenever you visit a new country, because you can just get an idea of the culture and just the general vibe and atmosphere of a place, and just people watch. That's the best thing about them. Ahead you can see the cinema. Cinemas have only been around in Saudi Arabia for the last 2 years. It's quite a new thing, and of course they're being embraced. You can see the rest of the mall down here. Super busy because it's actually holidays at the moment here, and as such, as we've seen in this video, Saudis are quite social people. They're all here with their families having meals and doing shopping and other activities, and everywhere I look there's groups of people, not individuals, walking around. Nice and fancy place here with a grand piano in the back. And more of the mall around here. The mall is just so big that you can get lost in it, of course. Western brands everywhere though. All the sort of shops and places to eat that I would see in the UK, they're all here. International brands, Yo Sushi, Nando's, TGI Fridays. Miniso over there, which is Chinese, Japanese. And then here, House Milano, cafe, pasta, pizza and pastry. So representation from all around the world, and all the places look pretty full, and there's queues in some of them too. Huge modern supermarket just here. It looks amazing. Wow. I've woken up early on my second day here, and I'm about to try some breakfast at this fairly local place just across the street. I've switched to my gimbal here from my GoPro, which I was using last night on the Corniche, the waterfront. So let's head in now and grab some food. You can see a little bit of the street here around me. Food has now arrived. Looks incredible, this huge dish which usually is shared. Let me talk you through a few of the things that we've got here. So firstly, this is MABSHOUR, and this is ful, a type of bean paste, I suppose, that you can dip using these, which is a bit like Indian puri, I suppose, and also some other flatbread here. Spicy pickle, olives, cheese, more olives. Here we have cheese mixed with tomatoes, and also here we have tahini. So all of that and some tea to finish off. Here I have the tea, red tea here in Saudi, which is a little bit sweet, can be had with milk as well. Shahi Ahmar. Please rate my pronunciation in the comments, would appreciate it. I've made my way back here to the coast once again on the Corniche, as you can see. Beautiful setting, different time of day, less people as it's a Friday. You can see skyscrapers behind me. Let me know below what you guys think of Jeddah so far. And would you consider visiting Saudi Arabia? I actually think it's quite a livable city for expats. You know, there's modern establishments all over. It is almost a gateway city for pilgrims visiting Mecca on the Hajj. And that's why almost everybody on my flight yesterday were Muslims from other countries who are stopping in Jeddah to then make the journey to Mecca to complete their once-in-a-lifetime trip. And for many of them it was their first flight. Lots of people on the plane didn't know how to use the toilet, also had no idea about any of the provisions. When someone comes past with a trolley, the airline host or hostess had a lot of trouble telling them not to steal things because they didn't realize that it wasn't like a systematic procedure where everyone gets their meal. It's a free-for-all. Everyone's trying to take the food. And when we boarded the flight, they just said, just sit anywhere you like, because nobody understood the system of sitting in ABC on row 1 to 28. It was madness. Anybody who's flown into Jeddah with a lot of pilgrims who've never flown before will also understand what I'm going on about here. So I'm now here in a beautiful looking restaurant, which I don't want to show too much of because I want to film the other people inside here, but take it from me, it's very nice. It's a Hejazi restaurant, similar to where we had our food this morning, but this one's a bit more luxurious, I could say, a little bit higher end. And got some great dishes in front of me right now, so let me show you what's here. Okay, so first we have here the eggplant FATTAH, and it actually has yogurt inside too. And right here is the BAMYAH, which is an okra type of vegetable that's quite popular in Japan, with a tomato sauce. And of course the bread. The FATTAH, which is the one with chickpeas and eggplant, it's quite crunchy, then also quite soft from the eggplant, and the yogurt gives it this kind of creamy, sour taste. I really like it. And the okra here is almost like a curry, to be honest. It's kind of warm and hearty, so liking both these dishes. I've got one more coming, which I'm also going to try. Next up, as you can see in this shot, we have the MABSHOUR, which is the main dish. Chicken, meatballs, essentially. Also a chili for garnish, so take a little bit of a bite for an afterkick. So didn't quite expect it, but the waiter has very kindly brought us some dessert here, which I've got right in front of me. Pistachios on there, quite nutty. It's very thin looking. The sauce tastes like white chocolate. It has that chewy, nutty texture. Almost like a pancake drizzled in white chocolate with nuts on top. It's really nice and the presentation's amazing. Quickly try this. Ah, it's good. There's actually less sugar in there. It's not particularly sweet, but there's the taste of, has like that blackness to it, this particular coffee. And a little bit milky, as you saw there. So I really love, actually, I'm going to quickly show you this. Look at that, just golden and shiny, beautiful. I'm going to end the video there after finishing my dinner in that Hejazi restaurant. Hejazi, named after the Hejaz, which is the mountainous region of coastline, runs parallel to the Red Sea here in Saudi Arabia. I've got a lot more vlogs coming from Saudi Arabia, of course, and hopefully my cold will pass in the next few days. That's probably why my voice sounded a bit funny in this video. And the next one will be a full city tour of Jeddah, including the old city, which is particularly fascinating. Can't wait to get all of that out. So stay tuned for all of that. And follow my Instagram, Jason Millam Travel, which I'll leave below, if you want to see my posts and stories from the country. Until next time, peace.